Hello, my friends. This is Words for Wednesday, and I'm Tom Doherty. This week, as I said on Monday's Minute, we're taking Monday's Minute and Words for Wednesday and From My Heart to Your Heart and combining them to look at this theme of God's call on our hearts. Our verse comes from 1 Corinthians 7:17. Let each person lead the life that the Lord has assigned to him and to which God has called him or her. And so I want to talk today a little bit about my progression, my call. When I was a young person, my folks didn't go to church. I watched Billy Graham specials on occasion, and once in a while I'd watch Jerry Falwell on TV. There was no real connection or understanding of what call could be, but for some reason, partly because I read the Old Testament, because I liked history, my friends began at about 13 years old to call me Rev, R-E-V, short for Reverend. I don't know why that happened, or I can't remember how it happened, but that was my nickname all through high school. So I want to suggest that even my friends, led by the Holy Spirit, not knowing they were being led by the Holy Spirit, were calling out of me what God had intended. I didn't intend at all to be part of a church or lead a church. My mind was I would get involved with politics and change the world through politics. And when that didn't work out, I was going to become a counselor and help change people's lives for the positive that way. But it wasn't until later, my friends had been calling me Rev for probably 8 years, that I got connected with a church. And a pastor there began to call out of me that he saw in me the calling of God to be a minister of God. Now, not everybody's called to be a minister of God, but they're called to do something. Jesus says, or Paul says about Jesus, that Jesus, before the creation of time, has set pathways for us to walk, Ephesians 2:10. And he's created us to be his masterpiece to walk in these places. So I want us as Christians to begin to look around, as leaders, to begin to look around and call people, call what we see in them, help them to understand that God's got his finger on their lives, and he's got a process for them to walk, a place for them to be. God has empowered them. And when we walk in that place, even when it's hard, and being superintendent and pastor over the years, there's been hard times. But I knew through the calling of the Holy Spirit and the calling of the Holy Spirit through people around me that I was called to be a pastor and later a superintendent. So I could walk through those hard times. There's fulfillment, there's joy, there's peace, there's reward when we find our place. And so please begin to pray and seek God's guidance in calling your children, your friends, into something deeper, into what God has planned for them. Well, this is Words for Wednesday. I'm Tom Doherty, and this is brought to you by Every Church Grows. Have a great week.